Vice-Chancellor and Campus Principal, Professor Brian Copeland, Deputy Principal, Professor Inder Ramnarayan, Secretary General of the Association of Caribbean States, Ambassador Dr. June Sumo, the Program Manager for Culture and Community Development of the CARICOM Secretariat, Dr. Hilary Brown, the Director of the UWI Centre for Reparation Research, and our keynote speaker, Professor Vereen Shepard, our campus librarian, Mr. Frank Sudeen, our campus bursar, Mr. Andrea Taylor-Hanna, Erica Williams, Cornell. It is a pleasure to have you with us. Our panelists, deans, heads of units, specially invited guests, colleagues, students, visitors to our campus. It has been an honor for me to collaborate with the CARICOM Reparations Commission and the UWI Centre for Reparation Research to commemorate the 75th year of the publication of the seminal text, Capitalism and Slavery, written by Dr. Eric Eustace Williams, our first Prime Minister. Today, we celebrate his academic legacy. Not many people can boast about being bequeathed a historical treasure. That has been our privilege. We must understand every gem, as well as the nature of the chest that it came in. I also would like to remind us all that accepting a treasure brings with it responsibility to use the contents of the chest wisely and responsibly. At the core of this gift from Williams is the wish that we get to know our history, the wish that we use it to understand how we have come to be as we are, the wish that we use it to be better people. Williams also used history as a weapon to fight against inequity. The historical treasure he left us, therefore, is encased with a call for positive action from all of us. We must do this as we move forward towards a new development trajectory. As a young graduate student, I set out to research the ways in which enslaved workers were managed in the 18th century. I had read Williams, but I really had not set out to support or reject Williams's thesis. My supervisor, Professor Selwyn Carrington, a Williams scholar himself, had other plans. He took the first read of my completed thesis and said, "By God, Heather, you have just proven Williams right. You have to include a chapter on Williams." I, on the other hand, had no intention of writing an 8th chapter. Thus, Williams was in the middle of the first fight between me and my supervisor. I don't know if Professor Brayton remembers, but we solved the situation by asking her to read the thesis. She sided with me, so let the record show I won that one. But Selwyn may have had the last laugh. I must confess in 2019 to using my research more and more to share insights into the issues surrounding the origins of enslavement, or to explore various dimensions of the profitability of the plantations, or to help understand the factors behind the ending of the enslavement system. All are core theses in Capitalism and Slavery. Williams' 3 major themes are on one hand simple and on the other very complex. He has changed the way scholars interrogate the enslavement system. His unapologetic, Caribbean-centric economic analysis is reflective of the power of our Caribbean intellectual thought and shows us its ability to transform. My second confession is that as a graduate student, I was part of the committee led by Professor Carrington that organized Capitalism and Slavery 50 years later, right on this campus. I therefore feel privileged to be doing this 25 years later. I look to our graduate students and hope some of them will have the same experience that I have had 25 years from now. I am sure that the world will commemorate capitalism and slavery enduring legacy after 100 years. I am still not sure that in the Caribbean we understand the extent to which William transformed not just Caribbean intellectual thought, but also European and American approaches to our history. I also believe that true emancipation is a process. It is a process that takes different forms over periods of time. It meant one thing in 1833, it meant something else in 1930, something else in the 1960s, and I want to suggest that it means something else in 2019. I think we are still involved in what I call the process of becoming. Williams led the way in 1944, and in some ways it is astounding that we are still etching away at some basic things in 2019. I intend to be a guest like you, seated here in 2044. However, I do hope that we finally will be able to see that a major part of what Williams started has been completed. I welcome you. I thank you sincerely for joining us. We will share insights on Williams the man, Williams's Caribbean vision, decolonizing our history, new dimensions of profitability and enslavement, and the reparation movement. I also welcome our presenters. We're pleased to have all of you from as close as Barbados, from as far as the United Kingdom, from the Trinity Old Boy, first-time winner of the Eric Williams Essay Williams competition, now Oxford Scholar, of course, our former student. We also have historians turned politicians and diplomats, but who have remained historians at heart. We have our academics who delve into Williams' thesis. And we have possibly the most powerful insight of all, a daughter's perspective. It is 75 years later. Let us sit back. Let us see what lessons we can learn from the text so that the next 25 years will be different. Let us understand the treasure chest that has been left to us since 1944. Thank you once again for joining us.